Takže čau lidi, já vás vítám u dalšího let's play na hru Zaklínač 2. Já teda osobně vůbec netuším, kolik může být hodin, bylo něco kolem té 11. A já jsem si dneska dal takový peaceful day, že si asi nic nenatočím. Nakonec jsem se rozhodl, že udělám aspoň jedno takový kolem 15 minutový video. Ale vzpomněl jsem si, že máme mít vlastně... Čím se to dělá, CTRL, že máme mít vlastně editaci postavy, takže to vyřídíme rovnou takhle. A vyeditujeme si nějakou postavu. Pokud si už jsme úroveň 6, výborně. 4 talenty, takže my chceme postava. A co my budeme? Šermířství, výcvik, znamení a alchymie, takže musíme k šermířství jít a můžeme si tady odrážení šípů, to by se mohlo celkem hodit. Vrhání dýk, to si dám rovnou. Ano. Tak, jsem se naučil vrhání dýk. Regenerace vydrží asi ne, můžeme na tost. Zdraví plus 10 ne. Odrážet údery ze všech směrů, to by se mohlo hodit. A ještě mám jeden talent a to dám asi na... Já znám to odrážení šípů. Úroveň 1 z 2. Tak, tímhle to končíme. Odejít. A tady si dáme doba čekání. A dáme si to do soumraku. A dáme odejít. Teď doufám, že jsem to teda potvrdil. Se rovnou podíváme. Ano! Je potvrzený. Tak fajn. Tak díky vám lidi. Jsem teda se nakonec dneska dostal k tomu, že dělám ten 10minutový let's play. A jenom na to, jsem si to udělal vlastně jenom na to, jak dojdeme k tomu sídlu nějakého toho úkolu. Což je někde tady. Já vůbec nevím, co je to za úkol. Ale tady si musím...
Laredo wanted to see me.
Commandant's busy. Come back after dusk.
Tak fajn. Tak já si dám ještě... Dám si čekání, tak sem.
What?
The commandant wanted to see me.
Leave your weapon here.
Guard it with care. It's very...
Wait, Wolf. I need to talk to the commandant too.
You listen.
Come on.
Tak tady evidentně jsme se dostali k něčemu. Tady vcházíme do toho sídla, toho myslím, že je to úkol nemravný návrh. Ale nebudu to ukončovat ještě tady, zase tak brzo to ukončovat nebudu, ale brzo to ukončím. Bez toho ani bych se loučil, prostě tam hodím outro. Tak řeknu, hodím tam outro a nic nebudu říkat. Takže teď si tu už s váma loučím rovnou.
With these cunts, Laredo couldn't protect the port from a drunk lumberjack. let alone Yorveth.
He's...
A ballista. The bastard's got a ballista. You know the power of this weapon. Its arms strengthened with bronze plates and strung with horsehair. It can propel heavy bolts up to a mile away.
Yeah, an experienced crew can release 2 bolts each minute, but it can't hit the same spot twice because it recoils and shifts. I've heard that somewhere before.
Where did you learn about ballistae?
I knew someone who knew a bit about them.
Unimportant. We need to damage it if we don't want to be at Laredo's mercy. They're all drunk here now. I'll provoke the guard.
Relax, Roach. I don't want to fight this rabble again.
As long as that weapon's operational, no one will sail this section of the Pontar without Laredo's express permission.
I'll handle this. Go have a drink.
Nothing better than a fireside feast.
Except a fireside feast we...
Add plough into the mix and it doesn't get any better.
Luckily, the Commandant's provided it all.
True. Come here, lass. Your uncle's got a story for you.
So long as he can afford to tell it. I'll not lend an ear for less than 10
That one
orens.
struts about as if he were the king himself.
Sniffing around like dogs in a rubbish dump. Sniffing around like dogs in a rubbish dump. Nothing better than a fireside feast.
What you want, old man?
Tak jo, dáme si páku. Teď nevím, jak se to
I
vůbec
was looking
dělá.
to test my strength. Arm wrestling.
What do I stand to gain?
Nothing, because I'll thrash you.
And if I win?
You'll have beat a witcher, so I guess that gets you bragging rights.
Are you that Geralt fella? The Grey Wolf?
Šedý.
Alright. Let's begin.
Tak to teda nevím, jak se teda v životě jsem netušil, jak se to dělá, jo.
Luckily, the Commandant's provided it all.
True. Come here, lass. Your uncle's got a story for you.
So long as he can afford to tell it. I'll not lend an ear for less than 10 orens.
Haven't had this good a time in ages.
That's true.
You know this one.
Řitě.
Little lad was skipping down the
Sorry lidi.
Pramble.
Sakra, jsem to prohrál. No,
Hey! You're a lightweight, Grey Wolf.
se lehká váha šedý vlku, to se ještě uvidí, dáme se odvetu, kámo.
What you want, old man?
I was looking for a Let's do this.
You've had your song.
A po tady ty
There for
odvětě já
some
už to
real
skončím lidi.
diversion.
Takže, protože je pozdě, já chci jít nějak včas spát, jenom jsem prostě... Nebo ne po tady ty, ale po ty, co ji vyhraju. Což bude
Haven't
tato.
had this good a time in ages.
Co bude říkat teď? Co?
Damn the dogs! The old man got me. I need to eat. Build up a bit.
Ten to zabil, to
You
jo.
know this one.
Tak jo, takže mějte se lidi, čau.
Pramble.
Mějte se fanfárově. Takže, čau lidi. Já jsem ukončil ten úkol
With
předtím,
these cunts, Laredo couldn't protect the port from a drunk lumberjack, let alone
Ale-
Yorveth.
budu to
He
dělat
succeeded so far, Roach.
A
dál.
ballista. The bastard's got a ballista. You know the power of this weapon.
Ne,
Its arms strengthened with bronze plates and strung with...
teď si to stopnu a řeknu vám. Takže udělal jsem vlastně 4. part, ale byl tak krátký, bylo pozdě. Tak teď natáčím 5. A natáčím 5. a dám ho dohromady se 4., aby to nebylo moc krátký to 5. Tak pokračujeme v dobrodružství.
Yeah, an experienced crew can release 2 bolts each minute, but it can't hit the same spot twice because it recoils and shifts. I've heard that somewhere before.
Where did you learn about ballistae?
I knew someone who knew a bit about them.
Kdo?
Unimportant. We need to damage it if we don't want to be at Laredo's mercy. They're all drunk here now. I'll provoke the guard.
Relax, Roach. I don't want to fight this rabble again.
As long as that weapon's operational, no one will sail this section of the Pontar without Laredo's express permission.
I'll handle this. Go have a drink.
Jo, přesně, dej si něco pít, já to zatím zařídím. Takže je, neboli deník. A jdeme přesně na balistu, jestli ho můžu dokončit, tvrdé přistání je přesně co. Takže Vrahové Králů nemravně a dokonce zvůle bohu a takže balistu. Tak kde ta balista je? No, tady všechno si vemem.
Don't you traipse around here.
Dobře, jdu pryč. Někdo by mi pomohl, já si pamatuju. Já jsem to někde tady, už jsem někoho tady. Já jsem si to hrál předtím, tak. Hrál, teď jsme začal.
Huh?
Hu. Čau, hu.
Haven't had this good a time in ages. That one struts about
That's
as
true.
if he were the king himself.
You know this one?
That one struts about as if he were the king himself.
Plough 'em all. Along came
Sniffing
a dwarf
around
kicked
like
him in the
dogs in a
arse.
rubbish
Plough 'em
dump.
all, plough 'em all. Oh, you arse fuck, dirty rotten scum. Plough 'em all, plough 'em all. Do that again, and I'll fuck him
Tyjo,
up.
10 oraní.
Plough them all.
You've had your song. Care for some real diversion?
Tend to the ballista, Geralt.
Greetings.
Haven't had this good a time in ages.
That's true.
What do you need, ugly?
Tady tam. Chtěl bych překvapit přítele. Žerado.
Ugly,
Well, you ain't exactly handsome.
but
I wouldn't worry. Women prefer ugly men to groomed dandies. And you're ugly something mighty. Care for a romp?
can't just now. But I'll find you later in town. What's your name?
Margarita.
I wanted to surprise my friend, the sad-looking guy by the ballista.
Some idiot wanted me to read him poems recently. Extravagance, as I say it. I didn't like it.
I was thinking of something a little more traditional.
What would you have me do?
I don't really care. Just get him away from the ballista.
Oh, now you've got me doubting he's your mate at all. But I'll not pry. It'll cost you double.
That's steep.
I may be a simple girl, but I know at least a few men who'd give you trouble if I told them what you've asked of me. Pay me?
A favor for a favor?
There is one thing you could do for me.
And that is?
Myron and Alphonse, 2 of Laredo's thugs. Give 'em a good thrashing, and I'll even blow...
I stirred up enough trouble as it is during the execution.
No need to stir trouble. Just humiliate them some ways.
Consider it done. Myron and Alphonse.
Teach them a lesson yet?
Not just yet.
You know this one? A little elf was skipping down the path. Plough 'em all, plough 'em all. Along came a dwarf and kicked him in the arse.
They say
Plough 'em all,
witches-
plough 'em all. Oh, you arse fuck, dirty rotten scum. Plough 'em all, plough 'em all.
I don't like freaks.
And I don't like oafish no-necks.
What do you want, mutant?
To try my luck. Arm wrestling.
I'm gonna crush you, mutant.
Save the boasting till later. Let's do this.
You've had your song. Care for some real diversion?
Haven't had this good a time in ages.
That's true.
You know this one. A little elf was skipping down the path. Plough 'em all, plough 'em all. Along came a dwarf and kicked him in the arse. Plough 'em all, plough 'em all. Oh, you arse fuck, dirty rotten scum. Plough 'em all, plough 'em all. Do that again, and I'll fuck your mum. Plough them all.
You're weak! A lame mutant!
Got
Oh, what?
No wow.
Haven't had this good a time in ages.
That's true.
You know this one. A little elf was skipping down the path. Plough 'em all, plough 'em all. Along came a dwarf and kicked him in the arse. Plough 'em all, plough 'em all. Oh, you arse fuck, dirty rotten scum. Plough 'em all, plough 'em all. Do that again, and I'll fuck your mum. Plough them all.
You've had your song.
You
Some real diversion.
got strength enough for another round?
always.
Nothing better than a fireside feast.
Except a fireside feast with copious amounts of liquor.
Add plough into the mix and it doesn't get any better.
Luckily, the commandant's provided it all.
True. Come here, lass. Your uncle's got a story for you.
So long as he can afford to tell it. I'll not lend an ear for less than 10 orans.
You're weak!
Haven't had this good a time in ages.
That's true.
What you want, old man?
I was looking.
What do I stand to gain?
No.
All right.
You know this one. A little elf was skipping down the path. Plough 'em all, plough 'em all. Along came a dwarf and kicked him in the arse. Plough 'em all, plough 'em all. Oh, you arse fuck, dirty rotten scum. Plough 'em all, plough 'em all. Do that again, and I'll fuck your mum. Plough them all.
To byl alfa vzduši.
You've had your song.
Damn the dogs! The old man got me. I need to eat. Build up a bit.
Got strength enough for another round?
Always.
Nothing better than a fireside feast.
Except a fireside feast with copious amounts of liquor.
Add plough into the mix and it doesn't get any better.
Luckily, the commandant's provided it all.
True. Come here, lass. Your uncle's got a story for you.
So long as he can afford to tell it. I'll not lend an ear for less than 10 orans.
Nothing better than a fireside feast.
You're weak!
Amounts of liquor.
Got strength enough for.
Oh,
Add flour into the mix and it doesn't get any better.
Luckily, the Commandant's provided it all.
True. Come here, lass. Your uncle's got a story for you.
So long as he can afford to tell it. I'll not lend an ear for less than 10 orens.
Nothing better than a fireside feast.
Except a fireside feast with copious amounts of liquor.
Add flour into
you're
it. Doesn't get any better.
Got strength enough.
always.
True. Come here, lass. Your uncle's got a story for you.
So long as he can afford to tell it. I'll not lend an ear for less than 10 orens.
Haven't had this good a time in ages.
That's true.
You know this one? A little apple skipping down the path. Plough 'em all.
I hate mutants like you.
I know.
Rotten scum. Plough 'em all. Do that again, and I'll fuck your mum. Plough them all.
Did you hear?
Myron and Alphonse.
Teach them a lesson yet?
Of course.
All right. I'm off to give the boys some diversion.
You've had your song. Care for some real diversion?
That one struts about as if he were the king himself.
Care for a little diversion,
Haven't had this
brave
good a
one?
time in ages.
I'm on duty.
That's true.
Oh, come on.
You know this one?
Your comrades are well at it, having
A
their
little
fun.
apple skipping
Why
down
should
the
you
path.
be any worse?
Plough 'em all. Along
All right,
came a dwarf and
let's
kicked
go.
him in the arse. Plough 'em all. Oh, you arse fuck, dirty rotten scum. Plough 'em all. Do that again, and I'll fuck your mum. Plough them all.
You've had your song. Care for some real diversion?
Don't you traipse around here
How was it?
with tits.
Nothing better than a fireside feast.
Except a fireside feast with copious amounts of liquor.
Add flour into the mix and it doesn't get any better.
Luckily, the Commandant's provided it all.
True. Come here, lass. Your uncle's got a story for you.
So long as he can
They
afford
say
to tell
witches have no
it. I'll
need
not
to
lend an
plough.
ear for less than 10 orens.
Did you know that?
That one struts about as if he were the king himself.
Laredo's busy with that witch Sheila. Come back later.
Geralt, let's wait downstairs in the yard.
Bowing squirrels. I'd put him in their place.
You're all talk. Prove it. I doubt anyone would stop you. We're too soft on them, that's the problem. Soldiers are bored. The garrison's thinning.
Ha! Now you're talking.
Yes?
Do we wait until the honorable lady is done with the venerable hick?
Waste of time. Looks like a good number of Flotsam's town watchmen are here. We should look around. Did you see that arbalist behind the house? I'll get his attention. Give him something to think about. Why don't you find out what they're guarding so closely?
My apologies, gentlemen. I could not help overhearing your conversation.
What do you want?
In point of fact, it's a matter for the Witcher. I have an offer.
An offer? Interesting.
I suspect you did not come to Flotsam for pleasure alone.
You suspect right.
Do you know about the monster in the river?
What monster?
I expect someone will hire you to deal with it sooner or later. Thus, I presume that...
Stop presuming, expecting, and concluding. Just tell me what you want.
Our honored host is in possession of part of a trap, built especially for the beast in question.
Go on.
Around back, there's a storage area where Laredo keeps the treasures he confiscates from merchants and travelers. There are heaps of things out there.
Let me guess. You know exactly where I need to look.
Precisely. I saw Laredo's men carrying the contraption across the garden in a crate. They placed it on a platform by the wall, beyond which lies the craftsman's district.
Why are you telling me?
Why? We need to be rid of the beast as soon as possible. Good luck.
All right. I'll distract the guard. You sneak behind the house.
Brilliant as ever.
You go after the women, then relish killing the elven brats. So, the brats turn into squirrels.
Soldier,
And once
say
the women
women
are gone,
immediately.
have no need no more brats. Do you know that?
Stop talking bollocks or I'll go.
What do you want?
Shut it, soldier. Have respect for your superiors or spend the rest of your life on the King's galley.
Apologies, sir. I didn't realize.
In Flotsam, we cut the hands off thieves.
I was looking for the privy.
You're lucky the Commandant wants to see you. Come on!
Commandant, sir. We call...
Bring him in and leave.
Yes, sir.
We were just
The common...
in that.
Finally.
They didn't... I'm looking for the man responsible.
Here? Lucky.
The king's... Yeah.
That are the people.
A local...
You killed some elves on the riverbank.
We were attacked.
You failed to understand.
It's you who doesn't understand, Laredo. To tell you the truth.
You an elf? A dwarf? No. I piss on the fact that we're fighting a war. And you, my friend, cannot straddle the fence.
Your point...
You're a witcher. Your job is to protect the simple. I protect them from the danger that lurks amongst the...
I see where this is going.
Yorvith's no better than a monster that attacks those who go out to gather kindling. Matter of fact, he's worse. He's smarter and cruel.
How do we get him?
I've an idea. The squirrels are up to something.
What's on the...
You mean who? Bandits, murderers, rapists.
There...
Couldn't have... As long as... I've got to...
How am I supposed to...
Take your friend Zoltan for it.
How can...
Step by step, Geralt. That's how you build. You could start by tending to a problem we have. A beast. Then
I came.
You're refusing to help.
You're vile, Laredo. I hope you and Yorvith face each other someday. And may the bet...
You'll regret those words, Witcher. I promise you that. Now get up.
No passage. Entry only on the Commandant's express orders. Off you go.
Get out of my sight!
No passage.
Nothing better than a fireside feast.
Except a fireside feast with copious amounts
Did
of
you
liquor.
hear? 2 big shots arrived.
Add flour
Wonder
into
what
the
they
mix and it
want.
doesn't get any better.
Luckily, the Commandant's provided...
No passage!
True. Come here, lass. Your uncle's got a story for you.
So long as he can afford to tell it. I'll not lend an ear for less than 10 orens.
Turned me away at the door, the bastard!
We'll meet later. Don't forget.
I tell him I'm taking your pouch. Or your pouch and your...
Co chceme? Balistu. Splněno. My jsme přišli Vrahové Králů, zvůle bohu a úřední šimlu.
What did he say?
Something's troubling me.
A notice board. Might find something interesting here.
It's a dog's leg.
Damn, that was close. Innkeep! Vodka!
Triss Marigold. Lice eat me, but you are a treat to behold. Just a little pale.
Magic takes its toll, but I'll be all right. Good to see you in your beard again.
Can somebody tell me what happened? You set off a month ago for Zoltan's wedding.
That got fucked. There will be no wedding.
Did you hear about Foltest?
Rumors travel faster than the wind.
Winds and rumors. I want to know the truth.
I want to know how Foltest died. And the dragon, was there really one there? And who rules Temeria now?
Dandelion, calm down. You'll choke on your liquor. Triss, you're the expert on Temeria. Tell us who's in charge now.
It's chaotic and getting worse. The old families are fighting for supremacy, no holds barred.
Baron Kimbolt and Count Merivale, I bet.
Among others. After the assassination, while Geralt was in the dungeon, the lords convened in a field near Lavalette Castle to choose a new ruler. 3 days they debated, and it looked more like a bazaar than a meeting of nobles. Except the trade was in court and ministry positions, spheres of influence, royal privileges.
Humans.
In spite of several duels and 2 poisonings, no king was chosen. Civil war was in the air.
Did they ultimately resolve anything?
No, it ended as usual. Sadly.
Ah, the victor at Brenna, and Foltest's most tried and true.
During the deliberations, he was several days' march from Lavalette lands, with an additional 2,000 armed men in tow. He's to keep the peace until a rightful...
He could find that ruling is to his liking.
Natalis is a soldier at heart. He's not suited to rule, and I don't believe he even wants...
He's got the army behind him.
Which is why he can guarantee peace. Well, a tenuous one, sure, but that's always better than civil war. Besides which, he's deeply in debt to a dwarven bank in which Philippa...
Where were the mages?
Aye. Where were the grey eminences of this world when they were truly needed?
They weren't invited. Neither was I. But if not for their intervention, or rather that of a few influential sorceresses, Baron Kimbolt would have taken the throne.
I was invited to sing at his court once. Afterwards, he refused to pay me, and the food was awful. No way I'll stay in Temeria if he's crowned.
I think I've heard enough about politics. The dragon, well, the dragon appeared, and that's all I know.
But where do the Lavalettes get a dragon? We heard it fought on their side, huge as a barn, they say.
Dragons don't usually take sides. Maybe its lair was nearby and it just...
If you hadn't driven it off, Foltest might not have taken the castle.
Maybe. We'll never know for sure. No wedding, Zoltan?
The Breckenrigs broke off the engagement because some limp prick put it about that I joined the uprising in Vizima. My would-be pop-in-law refused to let a rebel firebrand join the family. Innkeep, where's our drink?
It was like this. We got to Mahakam a week after the Grand Master died. Bought Zoltan an absolutely grand doublet, a pair of Garibaldi Krakows, and as a gift for Eudora, a jadestone and...
We were broke as a joke by the time Dandelion threw me a bachelor party at an establishment called the Tight Lane.
Next day, we went over to the Breckenrigs. They welcomed us in, sat us down, and proceeded to discuss the superiority of Mahakaman mining know-how over any other. And that went on until dinner. Just when I thought I'd learned more than I ever wanted to know about mining, they served the soup.
You could have held a pin drop. Old Breckenrig rose and he says, "A real dwarf works a mine, not chases fame on the battlefield."
You'll never believe this, Geralt, but they served duck blood soup. It was a...
"Eat," Breckenrig says, then proceeded to slurp 2 full bowls. Old goat. Hope his mind caves in on his head.
Laredo said you're working with the Scoy...
I have done many things in my life, Geralt, but I have never stooped to banditry.
The Scoia'tael don't consider themselves bandits.
But I am no...
Since...
Hey! Nobody said a word when you went out to save Temeria from the Grand Master and his...
Relax, Dandelion. I was just asking. Do what you want. You're...
That wasn't very supportive.
Laugh away. At least I decided to do something constructive.
You used to spy for Redania. Now you're spying for Temeria. Some might call you a traitor.
Ever tried to live off of poetry alone? The truth is, I'm a citizen of the world. As long as I don't serve Emperor Emir, I'm...
Leave him be, Geralt. You play the spy a bit, get bored and drop it. You know...
Foltest's killer lay in wait in the tower, where the Lavalettes had hidden the royal bastards. He was well...
Wait a minute. What were...
I was protecting the king. After the first attempt, Foltest began treating me as his lucky charm. He ordered me to be at his side during the battle. The dragon separated us from the rest of the army. The killer disguised himself as a monk, a blind one at that. He let Foltest greet his children, waited until I had walked off, then cut the king's throat.
How did he flee?
Jumped out a window into the river below. Yor with Skoyatel were waiting in a boat.
And you're chasing him because he murdered the king?
I was accused of the murder. I need to clear my name. Besides, I looked him in the eye before he's a witcher. Then some brave Temerian soldiers showed up, piled on me, and knocked me out.
Save yourselves, good folk! The beast attacks!
We better get out there. Someone's casting spells.
Come on, nearly got him! On, a wee bit more! Change your grip!
lidi, já se s tím tady, co se stalo při stavu, až to bude hra uložená. Tady skončím ten díl.
What sort of sorceress are you? A lot of good you did. Can't you hear me? Why didn't you help him?
He's alive, isn't he?
The beast nearly pulled him in the water while you stood staring like a calf at a shit-covered clover.
Watch your words.
Where's this beast?
Ask her.
Geralt.
Ah, I guess we knew each other.
Oh, look here. Birds of a feather.
Let's say I've heard of you.
Master Witcher, this is foolish. The beast near pulled Sozek into the depths, and you're simply chatting with this damsel.
All right. What happened?
I came to Flotsam to kill the Karen.
Karen?
The monster that has effectively blocked the port. A moment ago, I had the good fortune to see it in all its splendor, but the local folk scared it away.
Good fortune? You hear that, Sozek? That was some good fortune for you.
Why's the beast in the port all of a sudden, eh? Summoned by the witch, perchance?
To see it in all its splendor.
And which of you is ready to help the sorceress fight the beast?
Why us? Huge it is. Big as a mountain.
Then why get angry at someone who's willing?
Well, 'cause...
We'll tend to the Karen, the sorceress or I. Maybe we'll do it together. We'll draw it away from the port beforehand so as not to endanger the likes of you.
Well, I hope you succeed. I've no preference for who does it, witch or witcher. Just kill the horse, son, and...
I apologize for interrupting, but I am Louis Merce, and I am chief person in charge of all matters related to monster hunting in Flotsam. It is in this capacity that I must inquire if you're willing to attempt to resolve the problem of our so-called Karen, the beast that now blocks all trade traffic on the road.
So, Witcher,
I usually work alone.
I was here first, and I'll not relinquish this contract. My way or the highway, as the locals put it.
Fine. Your way it is.
You must contact the merchants on the waterfront as regards any rewards. Madame de Tanseville has, I believe, already
That I have.
Triss, how long must I wait for you to...
Sheila de Tanserville, advisor to Queen Zulika of Kovir.
Kovir's a long way north.
True. I had my doubts if the Kayran was worth the journey, but those were dispelled with what it showed today.
Here to hunt down some ingredients?
Triss Marigold.
You're thinking that...
Troll eyes, ghoul venom, virgin's blood, all those disgusting marvels we take from dying to throw into the cauldron at Sabbaths. Right, Triss?
Absolutely. Virgins are
Oh my. Your sense of humor seems to be intact too. But enough of these pleasantries. Tell me, Geralt, you saw the tentacle. What do you make of it all?
The beast must be huge. Maybe inhabited one of the Pontar's tributaries before, hunting animals. Then it grew for some reason, and hunger drove it to seek fresh pastures.
And on the Pontar it found trade barges burgeoning with obese, slow-moving merchants. You're partly correct. Cedric claims the Kayran emerged from the northern swamps approximately 1 month past.
Cedric?
An elf. Formerly a Scoia'tael. Strange bird. But he knows quite a bit about the area and its living wonders.
I need to look around, find out a few things.
An investigation. Witches' rituals, extracting secrets and such.
More or less. I'll talk to the merchants about the reward, pay Cedric a visit and get back to you.
You'll find me at the inn. I've rented lodgings there, on the upper floor.
You know the inn's also a whorehouse.
Thanks for the warning.
Tak jo lidi, já tady končím tady ten díl. Uvidíme se při tady to 4. až 5. part, tak při 6. partu. Mějte se fanfárově. Tohle pokračovat v úkolu Kairan, 2. otázka ceny.